Okay, let's get started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. So our team is very excited and honored to present our very exciting project to CITL audience. So I'm going to do a very brief self-introduction, and my colleagues here will introduce themselves as well before we demo our product. So my name is Ling Zhang. Oh, the name didn't show up, but my name is Ling Zhang. So I'm currently I work as assistant professor of special education at the University of Wyoming. So this is my first year. So it's very exciting. So my colleagues here want to go? Who want to go first?
My name is Haidee Jackson. I am an assistant professor of special education at the University of Texas Permian Basin.
Hello, this is Sohyun Yang. I'm an assistant professor at Forte State University in Kansas, and my son Ethan is here as well.
Yeah, Ethan will be in charge of taking notes.
Oh yeah.
We're answering questions for today. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so let me share my screen. So we do have some slides to share with everybody to talk about the background of our research. So can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So what we want to present today is a multi-agent system for IEP development, which we will describe what multi-agent system is in a bit in a second or whatever. But so I think three represents a bigger team, research team here. So, but unfortunately, the other team member can't make it today. But I just want to thank everybody on the team: Dr. Xueqing, Dr. Carter, Dr. Lily Bertle, and Dr. Zhang, another Dr. Zhang, for their contribution on this project. So let's get started talking about the challenges we want to address.
Okay. I will start with the challenges we are currently discuss from the study. So as you already know, if you are in special education, some of you are not in special education, so you might not know what IEPs are. But IEP is a legal document that is the heart of special education. So all those services and the supports are provided based on individual students' IEP, individualized education program. So it is very important to develop for everyone meeting their own needs. And it's really complex actually, because we have to collect lots of data and information in order to develop legal documents, and we required educators to meet all those information in order to provide quality special education. So it's a high quality and compliant document. So it is a bit difficult to develop for, like, especially for pre-service teachers, novice teachers who just entered the field. And actually, according to lots of research, IEP is a contributor to teacher attrition in special education because it requires kind of excessive workload. So teachers have to develop IP documents, they have to hold IP meetings, they have to teach them based on the IP, they have to collect data, they have to do progress monitoring. So usually special education teachers show some kind of a burnt out due to the IEP related work. So that which intensify teacher shortage in the field, and it ultimately impacts their instruction in classroom. And also there is a financial burdens on school districts. So due to their leaving the field, the school district has to replace teachers, and it costs ranging from like $14,000 to $20,000 per teacher. So it's kind of serious issue at this moment.
Yes. Let's see the next slide.
So Dr. Yang kind of discussed like the IEP development process and the challenges for educators. When considering this and thinking about potential solutions, especially with the new emergence of artificial intelligence, we've kind of considered as a team thinking about, well, first of all, when you're using artificial intelligence, we want to maintain the human in the loop. So everything that we're doing here in this model that will be presented to you is about making sure that the humans stay in the loop in this process. So in order to do this, we developed like an AI human collaboration model, and we'll kind of get into the specifics of that as we move through the presentation. But the idea is that the human engages with the AI model in constructing these IEPs and is able to actually give feedback back to the AI system that provides details into specifics of any information that would facilitate the learning goals for a student. So traditionally, or I shouldn't even say traditionally, because what's traditional with AI? But a lot of the models are using like single agents to construct like chats and different specific tasks with these models. And the problem with that is that it's prone to errors or what's the word? I can't think of the word, you guys.
Hallucination.
Hallucination, yes. Hallucination. So having a multi-agent system is a way to actually eliminate this possibility in the development of these systems. So we use this multi-agent system, and we'll explain it more as we move along, to construct the idea of an IEP team. And with those multiple agents in the establishment of an IEP team, then you have the human actually being able to interact with this system. So that's kind of the solution that we were thinking about with this process and what will be explained to you.
Yeah, thank you, Haidee and Sohyun. So I think you guys cover a lot of those challenges we're facing, right? And as a field, we've been talking about these challenges for a long time, but since the introduction of ChatGPT into education, so we've seen the beneficial or potential of using those tools. So as Haidee mentioned, but sometimes if we are engaging with one system or one agent, so sometimes we have lots of errors. We have a ton of hallucination. So our team have been talking about those issues and how to address those issues. We know it's not the only solution, but we've talked about, okay, so we as educators, we as educational researchers, we collaborate with each other to tackle or to address complex issues or complex problems, right? But thinking about if we have a team, agent team, each agent will have a capacity to process information, to make a plan, to execute the plan. So that will be awesome. So in that way, so the team of agent can support us or can support our user here, teachers, in developing the IEP, different components of IEP, right? So I think that's a little bit background of why we want to use this approach multi-agent system to address the complexity of developing IEP documents. So here is just a very brief overview of what we've done with the prototype. We know it's a prototype and we know there are still lots of limitations for the system for right now, but this is just a workflow of the agent team. So as we can say, we were talking about different components of the IEP document, right? So what we want to focus here within this system covers the three components. As we can say as a team, so the user educator can interact with the case manager, right? As real life situations, we have a case manager, usually a special education teacher. So the user will interact with this case manager agent, and the case manager agent will process information and route the task to different sub-teams here. As we can say, we highlight three sub-teams here. So the first PLAAFP statement is a long term. Each time I have a struggle, which is a present level academic achievement and functional performance statement. So this team, we have two agents, the writer and evaluator, work together to ensure the statement created by the team is of high quality. So after the team finish the task, so the task will be passed to the second team, which is IEP goal creator creation and evaluation. Also, we have 2 agents to tackle this task, right? And after the goal creation, so the other team, so we call the other team, what do we call it? ISS, right? Yeah, ISS generation and evaluation team. So what we mean by ISS is individualized support services and support, which we often talk about the specially designed instruction and assess, supplementary aids and support. Look at all those acronyms in our document.
You're doing great.
Yeah, no wonder it's so complex because it's just covers lots of information. And we, as a team, like human teams, we discuss about the process of creating the IEP document, right? Because we usually follow this sequential order. We need to have student data and for the team to process, to analyze, and to summarize, to write a high quality statement. And then the goal can be based on the statement. And after those 2 components are complete, so we can create a high quality SDI and assess suggestion. So that's why the whole agent team follow the sequential order as well. But I think what we like, we all like the system. What we like the system, another reason is it can be very flexible. Meaning when we interact with the system, so we can the system can memorize or have the record of your interaction with the system. If you work on this case and when you come back with more information from the IEP meeting, right, you can ask the system to, okay, so let's revise the IEP goals based on the new data. So the system can be very flexible in that way as well. Conclusion is it can follow the sequential order and it can be flexible. All right. Anything you want to add?
I think you'll get to it because we're gonna give them a little demo and kind of show them where the information comes from. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, actually, we forgot about I forgot about this. The tool usage here, so it can be a little bit confusing right here, but as we demo the system, it will make more sense. So tool here, so it's what we assign some agent to use. So for example, the tool we assign the goal creator is this database. We all know as special education researcher and teacher, right? We need to use state content standards to create the IP goal. So oftentimes, if you interact with the ChatGPT, they don't know what standards, which standard they want to use. But this system can address that issue because we assigned this tool to this agent. Okay, so I think we can jump into the demo, live demo. We do have a recorded demo, but I don't think we need to do that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the part that you spoke about with this particular tool addressing the Wyoming standards, like actually being particularized for that database, and also the other evidence-based practices and literature that's incorporated in the model is important. But I know you're going to show that later on in the presentation.
But I think that's a great background information, context information, right? And here, although because I work at the Wyoming, I'm sorry, I'm selfish. So that's why we use this standard base. But the system is flexible in another way that researcher can adapt those tools for them to use. So here we can change that into Texas standard base. We can change that into so here. Kansas. Kansas standards for sure. And the evidence-based practices, yes, we can change the database we created. So that's the workflow of this system. And great. I think we can demo this system. I'm very excited. Hopefully it works.